Hello everybody and welcome back to My Friend Plays Fallout 3 for the very first time on hard mode. My name's Alan.
My name's Galen.
And we are here today in Vault 101 in the Overseer's room, and we're hacking into his terminal. We have now officially switched over to Galen playing on Xbox, capturing through an Elgato here. So hopefully everything is going to be working a lot more smoothly, and it's going to be just overall a better experience. We wanted to do this through Steam, and then Steam didn't work, and then we tried doing it through playing it on the PC.
Cloud gaming.
Through Xbox's cloud gaming, and then it didn't want to launch for you at first, and then suddenly it did launch, and then that's when we played last time, and everything went to hell after like half an hour for some reason, and then you tested it again today. It all worked fine. Tried it again just now, and it went to shit again. So we've kind of set up the Elgato very quickly here. It's not working perfectly, but hopefully it's fine enough for now. So yeah, that is our hope.
It'll play. Wow, I took 2 photos.
Yep. Yeah, so we got ants and megaton.
Is that what that is?
I think that's what that's what the report calls it, right? Did you read the report, or did you just skim through it?
This one right here?
That one right there, yes.
Yeah, no, it doesn't say anything about it. It talks about them having
I guess
enough
that's Springvale then.
Oh,
no, hold on.
I hit B instead of A. Got it. Okay.
Yep, that'll do it. I was gonna say, I swear it mentioned something about megaton. Okay. I was gonna be like, damn it, did I just spoil that? I guess technically I did, but not really.
Capital Wasteland, okay, let's see what it's not called. Oh, so we're on the East Coast. Okay.
Yup! Yeah, I was wondering when that big reveal would come along. We are no longer on the West Coast anymore. So Fallout 1 took place mostly in the Los Angeles greater area, and kind of Southern California, and then Fallout 2 was a lot more like Northern California, a little bit of Nevada there. Nevada, as Nevadans like to call it.
Stanislaus.
All right, from Dr. Stanislaus Braun.
Control group. Please remember that deviation from these protocols in any way will jeopardize the success of the program. As outlined in your employment agreement.
All right. So yeah, mentioned again. Returning from Fallout 2 is the Gek, and also the nature of the vaults as experiments, as was supposed to be told to us by President Richardson if we didn't have any companions, but that kind of got ruined for us. Is kind of hinted at here. It's not like explicitly said, I don't think. But yeah, Bethesda is keeping in several elements from the older Fallout games.
Craters and dust will give way to rolling grasslands and sparkling clear water. Yeah, in how many millennia is that going to happen, bud? Like, come on.
Well, that's if they use the Gek, but they don't have a Gek.
If you use the Gek, it just gets rid of radiation? Okay.
Yeah, it's magic. It's This is really good.
Yeah, really good. Okay, secret tunnel. Got it.
Secret tunnel! Secret tunnel! There's some lockers over there, by the way, you can look through if you haven't already. No. To the left?
That's not a locker. There we go.
There you go. And yeah, they give you the terminal password just in case you screw up the hacking minigame.
Got it.
Oh, that terminal password would become a note if you took it, by the way. You don't have to take it, there's not really any point, but it's not going to like occupy a slot in your inventory. So it would go under the data tab, and it would just exist as a note. You do get a little bit of lore, I guess. So it tells you, hey, the password is Amada. Oh, you can close your inventory and that'll continue playing, by the way.
I don't really know how to tell you this. I hope you'll understand, but I know you might be angry. I thought about it for a long time, but in the end, I decided it was best for you not to know. So many things could have gone wrong, and there's really no telling how the Overseer will react when he finds out. It's best if he can blame everything on me. Obviously, you already know that I'm gone. It was something I needed to do. You're an adult now. You're ready to be on your own. Maybe someday things will change and we can see each other again. I can't tell you why I left or where I'm going. I don't want you to follow me. God knows life in the vault isn't perfect, but at least you'll be safe. Just knowing that will be enough to keep me going.
Don't mean to rush you, Doc, but I'd feel better if we got this over with.
Okay, go ahead. Goodbye. I love you.
And Liam Neeson, please pick up your check in the next room.
Hey, you never know. Maybe you'll see him again.
Okay. Got it. Need a key. Okay.
So yeah, can't go through that door. Bethesda did change up the design of at least some of the vault doors. So in Fallout 1 and Fallout 2, the vault doors kind of operated like bank vault doors. Where they come out and roll to the side. Here, there's kind of an arm that extracts it.
It's a really weird armature.
You did it!
Oh god.
You
Okay.
opened the door! My god, I almost didn't believe it was possible.
Wow.
No, you didn't need me. If anyone can survive out there, it's you. It's tempting, but my place is here. The vault needs me more than you do.
By the way, I just want
There's a chance to talk some sense into my father.
I just want to remind everybody that
tell him I'm sorry for
this
Jonas and my father and everything.
this series, every single video in this series is not going to be monetized. There's no way. Yeah, so fun fact, they won't follow you out here. Okay, I highly recommend that you take a moment to edit your special, by the way, because I did get a look at the footage of what you selected. You didn't...
We're dying, assholes.
Yeah, yeah. This is a nice little bit of lore. There were people when the bombs dropped who were like, "We are dying out here. You need to let us in. Help, please."
I told you to leave. You better listen.
Oh yeah, and they're beating her up. Huh.
I'm sure, yeah, I could absolutely hear that through this door. Definitely.
Yeah, 100%.
We're medically safe. Alright, well. What am I supposed to edit? My special?
Yeah, it'll give you a prompt in a second.
Got it, okay.
So yeah, I highly recommend you edit your special because this is not a you really want to specialize in certain things. So
Got ya. Okay, so that.
So one thing that I want to remind you of is that as with all of the Fallout games, there will be ways once you're kind of out and about in the world to increase various special stats. I will tell you in Fallout 3, there is, for each special stat, a collectible that will give a 1-point permanent boost to each special to its given special stat. There is no benefit to going above 10 in Fallout 3 because the game doesn't actually. So, like, if you had 10 strength and then you found the strength collectible that gave you a permanent +1 boost to strength, the game would not give you any difference in your character at all. Perception is going to make a big impact for how likely you are to hit enemies with VATS. So having an above average perception is going to be pretty important. Endurance is going to determine how much health you have. And it's also going to determine how much radiation damage you can take. Charisma is going to be really important for speech checks. Between charisma and your speech skill, that's going to determine how likely you are to succeed at any given speech check. Intelligence is really, really important for gaining XP and leveling up. The more intelligence you have, the more points you have to distribute to your skills. So having as much intelligence as early as possible is usually a very good strategy. Agility determines how many action points you've got in VATS, and it also has some kind of impact on how well you can sneak around. I think it may also affect how quickly you move around the environment. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I think that's the case. By the way, we don't have our webcams on because technical difficulties, so enjoy having our webcams off for a few episodes. Yeah, so as I was saying before, as with every special stat, there is going to be a way for you to bump up your special throughout the wasteland. So you may not want to invest in 10 for anything right now because there's going to be a collectible somewhere out there that you can use to bump up a stat from 9 to 10 or from 4 to 5 or whatever. There is also a perk that you can take. So there's going to be a perk that you can take when you get to the max level, which will put all of your special stats all the way up to 9. I'll tell you that right now. There is also a perk you can take, which will... you can take it 10 times, and basically you take the perk, and you can pick one of your special stats to bump up by 1 each level. Yeah, so what are you thinking? What's going through your mind? Or do you want advice on anything or what?
Yeah, what do you suggest?
So I would bump up perception, endurance, charisma, and agility. Agility I would want around like 7 or 8. Perception I would want maybe like a 6 or 7. Charisma I would want anywhere from 6 to 8. Charisma is going to be a really important one because that's going to really impact how much you... I would say that strength and luck are not very important overall. Charisma is going to be really important because there's going to be a lot of speech checks, and the game's going to flag those speech checks to you. And those speech checks are going to make material differences to you about whether you can talk people into giving you extra money for doing a job, or if you can get, special rewards or whatever. So having a relatively high charisma and leveling up your speech skill, that's going to have a real big impact for you throughout the game.
All right. Cool.
I think this is a perfectly fine build. If you wanted to spec harder into endurance or perception or agility, I would not discourage that. I probably wouldn't drop strength or luck below 3. Maybe 2. It does. Strength is kind of a tough one to drop down too low, because then you start running into carry weight issues, and if you're a hoarder like me, that can have negative consequences. But yeah. You can also edit your tag skills if you want to reconsider what you have selected. I will tell you, big guns are not the most common. Also, tag skills work differently in this game than they do in Fallout 1 and 2. So, in Fallout 1 and 2, first of all, you could raise skills beyond level 100. You cannot do that in this game. They only go up to 100. Also, in Fallout 1 and 2, if you remember, your tag skills would move up twice as fast as any other skill. That is no longer the case in Fallout 3. In Fallout 3, the tag is basically just a flat bump to your skill. So big guns can be, you can absolutely spec into big guns, but they're not super common early in the game. A lot of times the big guns are held by people who you would have to kill in order to get them. So if you want to go for big guns, absolutely you can. I'm not trying to tell you no, but small guns is probably going to be a more reliable bet. I will tell you, energy weapons are a little bit more common earlier in the game than they are in Fallout 1 and 2. Energy weapons can also be pretty strong. As far as explosives, that can be a pretty good skill in this game. Explosives weren't super useful in Fallout 1 and 2 because it was kind of a pain to use grenades and dynamite and stuff. Not so much in this game. You do still have to equip like dynamite or grenades or whatever in place of a gun. There's no like dedicated grenade button, but yeah, you absolutely. It absolutely is viable to use explosives, and you're going to be coming across explosives a fair amount. So having a good amount of explosives is not a bad idea. Lockpick is a good one to tag early on because that's going to help you get into places and get access to places. I think I mentioned this last time. If your lockpick or your science level is too low, you will not even be able to attempt to break into a lock or a computer. Medicine has a very big impact on how much stim packs heal you, so having a high medicine score actually does make a big difference. Melee weapons would be good if you plan to use melee weapons a lot. My experience, though, is that melee weapons, especially towards the late game, tend to not be nearly as useful outside of a handful of instances. So if you want to spec into that, you absolutely can. I'm not telling you not to, but you may find that gets a little bit frustrating at certain times. Repair is a very good skill to have because there are going to be certain skill checks, certain things that you can do in the game, like you'll have like special options for some quests to be able to repair stuff. Same with science. I think sneak can be a very, very powerful skill because you do get sneak attack bonuses in this game, and also being able to pickpocket stuff from people is dependent on your sneak skill. As I've gone over already, speech is very, very important in this game, and unarmed. Similar thing with melee weapons, but I think it's even more handicapped than melee weapons is. So, yeah, there you go. If I were you, I would pick, either small guns or energy weapons or something to tag. But yeah, I think this is perfectly fine. You're also about to get a level up. So you'll be able to distribute a couple more points. I will tell you that there are, for lockpick and science in particular, essentially it's every 25 levels will unlock a new thing. So once you get your lockpick up to level 25, then you'll be able to start picking easy locks. Right now you can only do very easy. And then at 50, you can do, I think it's adept or something. It was like moderate, medium or something like that. And then 75 is hard, and 100 is very hard.
Gotcha.
And then the same thing for science. Nothing else has quite the same, like incremental approach to it. Everything else is more of just like an analog type deal. It's not a discrete stepping stone. Anyway, yeah, there you go. I think that's enough information for you to make a good decision.
For sure. I think I'm good with this.
Yeah, I think that's a good selection. Amada's unconscious. I know, I just saw that.
She's been beaten to death.
Okay, alright, before you do anything, that is going to have to be the end of this episode, so I will just say thank you everybody so much for watching. I do hope that you've really enjoyed this. Hey, make sure to drink plenty of water, go out, do something nice for somebody, and as always, take it easy. Goodbye.
Take care.
How magnificent. Friends, your future may not be as secure as you think. Oh, the apocalypse. How magnificent. You were the most beautiful way to die.